What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B Hot Radio Shout there. Stepping in the building. I got some legends off in this thing. Slum Village, what's good with it, fellas?
What's going on?
What up, dog?
Man, feeling good, feeling great. Now, I mean, this new banger, just like you with Larry June, is going crazy right now as we speak. Tell me, how did that banger come about, and what was it about Larry June that y'all said, you know what, we need to go ahead and reconnect with this guy again?
Hey, as you said before, we worked on the Orange Village joint,
Right.
which came about through one of T's friends, was a friend of Larry June's.
Yeah, Tico. Shout out to Tico for sure.
And you know, with all that going on, they had a Detroit, I ain't gonna say Detroit, but they had like a kind of like a Detroit versus Bay in Detroit. It was a Red Bull event, Larry June versus Babyface Ray.
Right.
And then he brought us out as a special guest. And then he was like, yo, you should jump on this album I'm doing with Alchemist.
Right.
And then from there, we was like, yo, we need you to return the favor. He came through, laced us. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it went down.
Yep.
Come on now. Coming out of Detroit with it, fellas. I mean, how do y'all feel right now seeing the wave coming out of Detroit? And there's a spotlight up there right now with a whole movement going on, man.
I think it's dope, man. I like a lot of stuff that's going on in Detroit. I like the Babyface Rays. I like the Vezos, Sada Baby. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole wave going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's some underground cats also that's coming up too. So, you know, people need to look for that too. But yeah, we definitely getting the wave. People is definitely loving the sound, especially the Detroit hood movement that they got going. They loving that. And I see a couple people definitely trying to take it and make it their own too. You know what I'm saying? You know, thing about Detroit is a lot of people like to take little pieces. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. You know, it's all love, but till it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's all love till it ain't.
I feel that. T3RJ, I mean, can y'all speak on y'all music though, man? I mean, coming out in hip hop with what most will consider unanimously real hip hop. How does that make y'all feel being able to carry that torch for as long as y'all have, man?
I mean, it feel good, you know, coming in and carrying a legacy, you know what I'm saying, with T and keeping everything going forward. You know, it just shows that when you make classic music and you put your all into it, that is timeless.
That's right.
You know, there's no date or age on hip hop no more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it just gives us the confidence to say, you know what, we can keep dropping what we feeling, you know what I'm saying? And our fans gonna respond.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
7 years between this last album, man. I mean, what do we need to be expecting on this new banger?
This new album is definitely influenced by disco music, believe it or not.
What?
So if you listen to the Just Like You, it's kind of disco feel. So this album is upbeat. It's a feel-good album. Mm-hmm. It's not a serious we wanted to make something feel good that you can ride through. So you know what I'm saying? It's a feel-good album. It's definitely going to be a little different from what we do, but still in the same vibe at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
What was it that made y'all go on hiatus for 7 years though, man?
I mean, we was touring, doing real life stuff. You know how I go. You know, we doing real life stuff, touring, you know, just chilling, really, for the most part. And now we feel like we got to get back to it. So it's time for us to drop that music and come with some heaters, man. And we feel like the sound is missing in the industry right now. So it's a perfect time for Slum Village to come through and come with that sound that they need.
Sure.
T, I mean, songs like Tainted, when y'all jumped off the porch with that thing, man, and introduced a whole new sound to the game, what was that like at that time, saying, okay, we Slum Village and we got our own brand of hip hop that we coming with right now?
You know what? Thankfully, when we was doing that Tainted, we just had the reins to do what we wanted to do. You know, sometimes when you sign with a big label, they is like, they want you to do this, they want you to stick to this sound, but they let us do what we wanted to do because they just loved the group already. So when we did Tainted, it was like, you know, my man Kareem Riggins, he had the beat and he was like, man, this your single. I was like, I don't know about this, Reed. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I didn't know. He was like, man, just trust me, record to it, and then you say, this ain't your single. I said, okay, man, all right, man. So I went there and I recorded to it, and I came up with the hook, the Taint and Love, and all that. And then I was like, okay, maybe this song. Then I brought it to the studio, let Jay and them hear it.
Yeah.
And then it was history from that. We just built the record and built it, and it came out to be one of the classic records, man.
Sure.
And a classic record in hip hop as well. I mean, when y'all think about the music that y'all creating and just being able to stand the test of time with it, how does that make y'all feel? Because I mean, you're still out here doing shows, still dropping records and stuff like that. So I mean, what does that do for
you? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I'm excited to be here as an old head. Yeah, old heads. We here. Guess what? We stay.
I got the grays hanging out my dreads too.
We got grays coming. Guess what? And we can still make dope music. So I don't think you have to get rusty because you get older. Because I never stopped writing. That's what somebody asked me, like, man, how you writing still? Because I never stopped writing. I didn't go home and just eat sandwiches. Which is right. Yeah, I was always working and being creative. I think sometimes when artists, when they get older, they go home, they turn their microphones off, they stop writing stuff. That will definitely make you rusty. Now, and sometimes artists can't come back from that. I've seen it done. Some of my favorite artists, I'm not saying no names, has never been able to recover from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then certain artists like Black Thought, that's always crispy. You know what I'm saying, on the vocals and the writing. So it just depends on what kind of older artist you want to be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's just
how do you feel about hip hop now being more inclusive though? Because back in the day, you know, you would age out of hip hop at 25 years old. Okay. In the 90s, if you was over the 25, ain't nobody want to hear. Now hip hop is becoming a family reunion again, to where the OGs really are carrying it on single-handedly, because we can't get the younger artists to live long enough to carry the torch.
I'm gonna let Jay answer that one.
Hey, I look at it like this. At a certain point, I think how we grew up with having a variety of music, you know what I'm saying? We heard everything from Outkast to Luke to Tribe Called Quest to Dr. Dre, and all of it was being played on the radio at one time. What's lacking now is that everybody is trying to do the same thing. There's no, if I turn on Gunna record, I don't know if I'm listening to Gunna or if I'm turning on Future and hearing Future. You know what I'm saying? Both of them is dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's no individuality. The thing that we trying to do as, you know what I'm saying, that older crop is bring some originality in the music space. Now, ain't nothing new under the sun, but it's a lot of things that people ain't doing and covering.
So, at this time.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what we trying to do, which is go bring some originality, stay creative, like T was saying, and have fun. You know, we having fun when we going in the studio now. So that's all we trying to do, is go and have some fun, bring some originality, and keep music moving forward.
Yep.
Back in the day, if somebody sounded like somebody else, they would be known as a biter. Today, everybody's sharing the same style.
Right.
When do you think that occurred, man?
I mean, it's a different generation, so people don't look at it as biting. They just look like either I like it or I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So they don't see it as biting or taking somebody's style. You know what I'm saying? There's always originators. You know what I'm saying? But for us, we had to be original just to stand out. You know what I'm saying? We had no choice. A label wouldn't even sign you if you sound like somebody else. So you didn't have an outlet. You know what I'm saying? If you sound like anything like anybody else, they'd be like, nah, they trying to be this person. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Sure, and so you really didn't have a choice but to try to come with your own style. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I do understand that y'all have y'all own style in collaboration with Puma. What the hell's going on, fellas?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It was a situation where Puma was looking for somebody to do a collaboration with. Our guy Fat Cat from Detroit.
Yep.
Told Rick Williams, like, yo, Slum should, you should do the shoe with Slum. And Rick Williams is from Detroit also.
Yeah.
And the shoe collab is about celebrating the 50 years of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And certain artists got their Puma shoe. And we was blessed to have that opportunity to have our first shoe.
Yeah, it was dope. It's coming out soon. August is the date, tentative date. So look for that. The shoes is coming for sure.
Oh,
Fresh.
Okay, see, y'all like to sound too cool with me. See, I can tell y'all other people that have shoes. Michael Jordan has a shoe. LeBron James has a shoe. Okay, Kobe Bryant had a shoe.
Right,
For sure.
For
You see
sure.
what I'm saying? Kanye got a shoe.
Yeah.
Slum Village got a shoe.
Yes.
Did that make y'all feel any type of way? Said, okay, damn.
I mean, yeah, we got love. I mean, yeah, we definitely excited. We are Detroiters, though. You know how we do. We laid back. I'm like, yeah, it's nothing. We already feel like we celebrities every day, even if we ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's how Detroit do.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? We laid back, but yeah, I'm definitely think it's a blessing, man. And I'm definitely excited about it and to be able to share it with the world, man, and the fans. Let's go.
I mean, T, another bank I got to ask you about is that Selfish with Kanye, man.
Right, yay.
Locking in with a young Ye, what was that like?
Hilarious. He was there. Jay was there.
For sure.
Jay, break it down, man.
It was it's a long story. Basically, Kanye was a fan of T3 in the group from Slum, from Tainted.
From Tainted, yes.
So T ran into him at the BET Awards, one of them on College Dropout, miscommunication, you know what I'm saying, ended up not getting the record done.
Yeah, I was supposed to get on this song called Magic Man. And I didn't write it because I didn't understand the concept of it really at the time because it was about a pimp. But I mean, I did understand it, but I don't know how. I didn't know how I was going to approach the record. I'll be honest. So I did do it, and I didn't want to tell Kanye no, but I didn't really do the record. So yeah, go ahead, Jay.
So you fast forward, we working on Detroit Deli.
Yeah.
Like, yo, who y'all want to get? We like Kanye West.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Go in, we getting the record done. He plays one beat.
That's it. One beat.
He like, this it. Hit play. I'm like, okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He like, I'm gonna have my guy John Legend, you know what I'm saying, sing on the record. He not out yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the first record that he was credited on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a solo artist.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, yo, yeah, you should rhyme on the record. He like, you think so? And just started rapping the whole verse. Like,
he already had his whole verse. So he in the studio just rapping the whole verse like this. I said, okay. And so we sitting there and like, okay. So he gave us, so we took the record from that day and we went to our hotel. We stayed in LA 2 days and we wrote the record in a hotel room and then came back the next day and laid our verses down. So, and that's how Selfish came. I mean, we didn't overthink it. It wasn't an overthink record. It was just like boom, 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 done.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Before we know it, we were shooting the video.
Yeah.
And which was crazy too. The video was crazy because we had at least 200 women there.
Oh,
at least 200 women.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was turned up.
Yeah. Yes.
Fellas, I need y'all to break down that creative process though at the same time, man. I mean, obviously y'all ain't scared to dig in no crates because I can see them all behind you.
Right,
How
right.
do y'all come up with these hits, man?
I mean, we just listen, like I said, thanks to our parents for always installing that vintage music, man. And we always open to listen to different variety types of music, from prog rock to samba to all type of stuff. Electronic music. We grew up on techno music as well. So we always listening, man. We always listening to what inspires us. Mm-hmm. So that's what we try to put in our music. What inspires us? What makes us feel a certain way? So that's the concept when we sitting here making beats. Like the first thing when we do an album is the beats first. It's always the beats first. And then we start writing our concepts of what we want to talk about.
Okay. Fantastic Voyage too, man.
Right.
That's one of those records that just drives everybody wild. I mean, I think everybody unanimously agrees that that's one of those bonds, okay?
Right.
Putting that one together, what was that like?
Well, that one was like a mixture of our first demo, which was volume 1, and then getting a budget to really go out and get all the people we wanted. So the blessings of doing that record is all the features were already fans of Slum Village.
Hey.
Busta Rhymes, D'Angelo, Questlove, Q-Tip, Corrupt. All those people were already fans. So once we got the budget to do it, when none of them charged us, but Busta, I think Busta might have charged us. But they were just willing to do it, man. And you know what I'm saying? Even the ones that did charge us, they was for the low. You know what I'm saying? And they was just happy to see us come out because they were so excited about our demo, which was volume 1. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they showed so much love when it came in the studio. But doing that, man, it was like, man, we had stacks of songs that we just had, man. You know what I'm saying? That from 10 years of being together as a group and not coming out. You know what I'm saying? We was together for a long time before we really got a deal and all of that, man. Yeah. So, we talking from high school to waiting all the way. Our first real release was 2001. So I graduated high school in 93. Yeah. You can just think about it, just on that. You know what I'm saying? So our chemistry, that's why our chemistry was unmatched because we was already together for 10 years, rhyming together. You know what I'm saying?
What was it like being patient for them damn 10 years, man? That's crazy.
Well, it was hard because Dilla had already got his money and we was still broke. We was still broke. I remember one time he had some money, man. He got his publishing deal. He had all his money. He took me to the strip club. Yeah. He gave me some money to spend in the strip club. He didn't let me take none of it home. He said, you spend this here. I was like, damn, nigga, maybe I want to give me a sandwich or something after this. But no, you spend it here, nigga. Only all of it. I said, okay, man, I was young, it didn't matter. But anyway, he did look out for us when it was time for us to get the deal and made sure we got the proper amount of money. He took less when that came. So he did look out. I'm not saying he didn't look out, but that's one of those times where, it was just a magical time, man, being from Detroit and being able to have that opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah. We was in the studio with all them people. I didn't go to New York. No, I did go to New York. I definitely went to New York, D'Angelo. I was there, him and Questlove, when we did that. And we also was in New York when we did the Q-Tip record. Mm-hmm. And
Corrupt came to Detroit.
P-Rock came to Detroit, came to the basement where we recorded all our records. Yeah, man, we did it all together. We didn't do that sending nothing. It took too long, man. First of all, you got to send a CD. You know what I'm saying? When nobody sending no emails like that. Cassette CD, and you had to wait next day for them to hear. They got to listen to it over the phone. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, you better off just going there and flying over there and doing the record and coming back home. You know what I'm saying?
What was it like in the studio with Q-Tip, man?
Oh man, that time was funny. It was kind of funny. It's funny and sad at the same time. So we go to New York, you know what I'm saying? And I guess we about to do the session or whatever. And me and Q-Tip walked to the pizza shop, to Sabero's, downtown New York, Manhattan. He was like, man, I'm thinking about quitting, man. I'm out of this, man. I don't want to do the music stuff no more. I was like, what? I'm like, why is he telling me this? And we about to record a record together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then he do his verse, and then you hear his verse on there. He talk about quitting. I'm like, man, why would he do that on our record? I just wanted some funky shit and be out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that kind of hurt us in a sense because people thought that they didn't want us to be no new tribe or nothing like that. So we got a lot of haters from New York. And it took a long time to get that hate off of it, even though we had nothing to do with him wanting to retire at that particular time. Sure. So that was tough.
What was going through your mind when they was trying to dump that on you though, man? That's a BS.
I know. Yeah, it was a BS. For our first release to be that, it was what it was, but I guess it made us stronger. We still here today. So shout out to Q-Tip. If it weren't for Q-Tip, Slum Village wouldn't even be here. So he definitely let us go on tour with him, with Tribe. We did a college tour with him. And he definitely is the person single-handedly who played our music for all these celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Weighed in. You know what I'm saying? He played it for Questlove, who played it for D'Angelo. He was the guy that was just playing our stuff for everybody. So shout out to him, and shout out to App Fiddler who introduced me to him. Yeah.
Now, what about getting in there with Buster, man?
Buster, Dilla and Buster was already working together on albums.
Okay.
So Buster came to the D so many times. He was always in the D, recording on a lot of his records. So when it came to do our record, that was just, that was like family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was easy breezy.
Coming out of Detroit with it, the home of Motown, man. I mean, how much does Motown impact y'all growing up, man? And then just the soul music of it all in the city.
Hey, like you said, it's the blueprint. You know what I'm saying, for Detroit music, period. You know what I'm saying? It's the soul. So growing up, that's all you heard was Motown, Stevie. You had no choice but to be inspired by it. You know what I'm saying? Just that whole variety of the Motown sound mixed with electronic music, techno that was coming out of Detroit. Yeah. So between them two, you know what I'm saying? You had no choice but to be funky.
Exactly. Exactly.
Funk was everywhere. Yep.
We celebrating 50 years of hip hop, man. Can y'all give me y'all top 5? I need yours, Jay. I need yours, T. I need to know y'all top 5 artists of all time that y'all just love and admire.
Oh, wow. Okay. Top 5 artists of all time. Are we talking artists, hip hop, R&B?
50 years of hip hop. Hip
hop. This list ain't hard for me. I would say, the normals. You know what I'm saying? I would say the normals. I'm gonna put Jay up there. I gotta put Jay-Z up there. I gotta do that. I gotta put my top 5. I gotta put Dilla in mine just because that's my man's. I got to do that. He in there. That's then I'm gonna go then I gotta go founders who brought me to hip hop. Yeah. I wouldn't even be doing hip hop if it wasn't for LL Cool J. He the one inspired me to do hip hop. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't give him all his props that he deserved. So I'm going LL. Then I'm gonna go who am I missing? Rakim. And then for the curveball, this is me though. I'm gonna go for me, it's a toss between Busta Rhymes and Pharoah Monch. But that's just me though. That's just me. That's me.
RJ, get in here.
Okay, I'm gonna go completely different than this list.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go Outkast.
Okay. Your list started to sound a lot like mine.
You see? I'm gonna go Tribe Called Quest.
Okay, you going groups? Okay, wait, I'm just going.
I'm giving you what I like.
Okay, all right.
Okay, you said what I'm inspired by, right?
Okay, Tribe Called Quest definitely.
Outkast, Tribe.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go Roots.
The Roots.
Longevity.
Yeah, longevity, baby. Yeah, the Roots for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I know he gonna hate this one, because it's typical. I'm gonna go Biggie. I'm gonna go Biggie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody put Biggie in their top 5. I wanted to do something different, but you can't erase what he did. And then I'm gonna go West Coast. I'm gonna go Snoop.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I'm going longevity list.
Snoop, yeah. The only person that I kind of, it's a couple I missed, but you know how it go.
You miss Ice Cube.
You can't get them all in that top 5.
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't, man. It's a lot that I miss. I miss Nas and you know what I'm saying. A lot of stuff, man. But yeah. That's just me.
Okay, so now I got to ask y'all this. In some of the trending news, they're saying that hip hop for the first time in 30 years has not had a single or an album go #1 on the pop charts.
Huh?
How do y'all feel about that? And do you think we gonna get another 50 years of hip hop? And I ask this question being that a lot of the new artists are not living. So I've been talking to some of my young DJs that I know. And they say, B, when we get your age and it's time for us to have our throwback concerts, everybody's going to be dead or in jail. You said, who we supposed to go and see?
I mean, it's a lot of that. I would say that. But the question is what was the ultimate, what was the root of the question first?
Are we going to get another 50 years of hip hop?
are you gonna get another 50 years of hip hop?
Yeah.
I think so. I think hip hop gotta get hot, and it's been hot for a long time, but then it's gonna have to cool off too, like rock and roll did.
Cool.
Then you gotta come back hot again. That's how music goes. You can't always be the hottest on the scene. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if pop is killing it now, then it's pop's time. You know what I'm saying? Look at R&B. Look what R&B went all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we can't always be the hottest around. So, but it's still gonna be here though.
I look at it differently though. I look at it like this. From our generation, you had, like we talked about, the Lukes and all of that, which was a variety.
Right.
Then it went from that, ATL set it off. That was a whole new sound that they came with.
Okay.
Hip hop got to come with a whole nother sound to engage the people again in order for it to be like revitalized.
Oh, so it can be new again.
So it can be new again.
But that's gonna take time. So that means while you coming with that, it's gonna go down. That is what is it doing right now?
That's what we
if everybody's stuck on trap, which is dope, it ain't gonna. I mean, we've been doing trap sound for how many years now?
20.
At least a long
20 years.
It has not evolved from that. Still.
Yeah. I think it needs to get back to the basics.
I mean, it needs to get back to something new and creative. But you know what I'm saying?
I want to know what Beehive think is the basics. What is considered the basics?
I'm saying I need to hear lyrics. I need to hear a track that's been produced. It don't have to sound the same as a trap track, like with all the synths and all that extra stuff. Give me a good ass loop, a kick and a snare, and somebody come in this thing snapping. You see what I'm saying? The basics for me, I know when I fell in love with hip hop down here in the South, we had UGK, 8 Ball and MJG, Outkast and Goody Mob, and they would get on the tracks and snap.
Yeah.
I don't hear anybody getting on the track and spazzing out no more, like they got so much to say. And I think that was the common denominator. When I'm listening to y'all, I'm listening to folks in New York, I'm listening to folks on the West Coast, I could feel the passion coming through the speaker because it seemed like folks that really loved to rap was rapping, not somebody that was coming in here to get some damn money.
Right,
and that's when I think it got watered down. And I hate to say it, but I feel the same way with basketball too right now. I don't feel like they playing like they played in the 90s. Okay?
Oh man, you can't go busting people in the mouth like they did back in our day and hitting people in the head.
Hey, it was entertaining, man. Folks used to be getting dunked on every game. Every team had a superstar that would dunk on your ass. We had a dream team that still couldn't get all of the best players on it.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying? Some folks that should have been, Dominique wasn't on the dream team.
Right.
Isaiah wasn't on the dream team.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
And it was still all, so that lets you know how many folks was in the league that damn near every team had a Jordan on it. So I think hip hop needs to get back to the passionate folks leading the charge with the music, because I think what happened was, along with the trap music came the trappers. And when the trappers came in, they were like, hey man, I'm about to come in here, trap this thing out and get this money. How much we making? Okay, let's run it. It ain't no, hey man, get that pen or a pad. You see what I'm saying? And I think if they get back to the basics of folks in the studio together, creating and just bringing back the creativity, man. It's not, I don't want to hear nothing about he winning, so I'm going to do what he doing. She winning, so I'm going to do what she doing. Nicki Minaj came out, then Cardi B, then Megan Thee Stallion, then Glorilla. Now, all of them have great songs, but are all of them different? Or are they the same person just for a new generation?
That's something to think about. I don't know how to respond to that, but what I will say is this. Right now, to me, the females are more creative than the guys.
Woo! I feel you.
These guys ain't even trying. You know what I'm saying? At least when you hear these women, you be like, okay, she said some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? These guys not even
They
trying.
snapping. The
You know
women
what
are
I'm saying?
snapping.
So I'm trying to understand. I mean, which is cool. That's cool. Let the ladies come through. The ladies is killing it to me more than the guys when it comes to the trap stuff. And they got the hottest, they got the bigger singles right now too, by the way.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but that's not my thing to fight. That is for the guys who doing that type of music.
Yeah.
I'm over here and then the Slum Village lane. But I think, it's gonna take what it's gonna take. It's gonna take some young dudes to come through with that next. It's just it. Not me. It ain't gonna be us to do it. We already got a lane. We gonna build on what we have. But it's gonna take some young dudes, just like when we was young, to come through and make that next music and not be afraid. I see a few people doing it, but it ain't caught the wave of all the young people yet. You know what I'm saying? So once they have to catch that wave too. So it's like it's a certain way they gotta finesse it.
Well, you gotta look at it.
You gotta
look at it like this too. You got microwave rap now. Because attention spans is so short, you gotta hurry up and keep coming back with more and more music. At what point do you have to sit down and say, you know what, let me try something different and develop that? You could take 2 years before and work on a project and experiment. You can't do that now. So the thing is, like he said, the great part about us is we not on no timeline. You're gonna get this album when you get it.
Yeah.
When we feel like it's right, you're gonna get that album.
I feel that. Well, hell, fellas, I'm waiting on the album. I look forward to it, man.
Well, it's dropping this year. It's coming. It's
Come on now.
Yes, yeah. We in the studio. You see, we in the studio
right
now.
I see y'all in there working. Yes, sir.
Working.
With that being said, man, how can folks contact y'all if they want interviews, features, and tours?
Hey, you can hit us at Shofar Music Group. You know what I'm saying, at Gmail. You know what I'm saying, as far as like interviews and all of that. As far as like y'all want to reach out to us, you got Young RJ313 on everything. You got T3SV on Twitter, T3 Slum on Instagram, and all of that. And official Slum Village. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, on everything. Yep, we there, baby. We here, man. What up?
Fellas, appreciate y'all time, man.
We appreciate you, bro. Yes.
Y'all nothing but the best and much success. I'll holler at y'all in a minute, man.
All right, brother. Peace.
Gone.
Gone.